The second law which Mendel gave was law of independent assortment. So Mendel, he also studied whether different pairs of characters are inherited together or independently. So what he did, he performed a series of dihybrid crosses by considering two different characters. See students, in the first law we have seen that he considered only a single character. For example, he considered only the height of the plant. So that type of cross we call it as monohybrid cross. But here in the second law, he have performed the experiment by using dihybrid cross. So in dihybrid cross, he will consider two different characters. For example, a cross between plant with round yellow peas. So this round and yellow peas will be homozygote dominant, and we write it as capital R, small r, small r. And a plant with wrinkled green peas. For example, I am considering here two characters like shape of the seed, it can be round or wrinkled, and I am using another character, that is color of the seed. The color can be yellow or green, and we know that the round seed with yellow color, it will be dominant, and the wrinkled seed with green color, it will be recessive. So we write the phenotype as small r and small y. And after crossing that, he had produced F1 progeny with the same phenotype, round and yellow peas, and also with the same phenotype, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Therefore, all are double heterozygous. Double heterozygous means we are considering here two characters, so that is why double. And heterozygous, you know that these two alleles are different, capital R, small r, capital, and again these two are different, capital Y, small y. So that is why heterozygote word is used. We'll see the image. So in F2 generation, Mendel obtained 4 classes of phenotype in a particular ratio. So in dihybrid cross, he got the phenotypic ratio as 9:3:3:1, of which 9 plants were round yellow, 3 plants were round and green, 3 plants with wrinkle and yellow, and 1 plant with wrinkle and green. We'll see the image. See here students, this is a dihybrid cross. So here I am considering two characters, shape of the seed and color of the seed. For example, my seed is yellow and the color of the seed is yellow and the shape of the seed is round, and this yellow and round characters are dominant. Here I have wrinkle seed, I am using small r, and the color of the seed is green, so I am using small y, and this is recessive. You can't use G here or you can't use W. You have to use small characters for recessive and capital characters for dominant. So from here I'll get the gamete capital Y and capital R. From here I will get the gamete small y and small r. In the first generation, in F1 generation, we will fuse these two, we will cross these two, and we will get capital Y, small y, and capital R, small r. Now for F2 generation, again we will make a Punnett square. So since this is dihybrid cross, we will get total result 16. In monohybrid we got only 4 result. Since only one character, here we have 2 characters, so the result will be 16. Total result will be 16. Now what we did, we have placed here this gamete capital Y, small r, capital Y, capital R. Then Okay, from here you can make out what all possible gamete formation can be. For example, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R. Next, capital Y and small r can also have a combination. So capital Y, small r. Next, small y, capital R, small y, capital R. Next, small y, small r, small y, small r. So this same sequence we will put here also, and now we will cross these two and these two like that. So we will do capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. So capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. Next we have capital Y, capital Y, capital R, small r here. Next we will get capital Y, small y, capital R, this one. So likewise we will make this Punnett square for all the gametes, for all the possible combination, and after that we will get the result this. So what will be the result? Out of 16, 9 will be, that is 9 by 16. So out of 16, 9 will be yellow and round. Then out of 16, 3 will be green and round. Next, 3 out of 16 will be yellow and wrinkled, and 1 out of 16 will be green and wrinkled. So this is the result of dihybrid cross, and if I see the ratio, it will be 9:3:3:1, the phenotypic ratio for the dihybrid cross. So this observation, it suggests that parental characters can be split and non-parental combination can be obtained in F2 generation. So we have seen that here we can split these parental characters, right? We can make all the possible combination. So this capital R does not depend on capital Y, and the small y does not depend on capital R. So these two characters are independent of each other. They are not depending on each other. They can, capital R can make a combination with small y, and capital R can make a combination with capital Y also. Likewise, small r can make combination with small y, and small r can make a combination with capital Y. So these are independent of each other. They are not depending. And here you can see this yellow and round and green and wrinkle. These are parental characters which was present in the parent, and these two are the new combination, non-parental combination. So the segregation ratio 9:3:3:1 in dihybrid cross, it clearly shows that the two pair of characters segregate in an independent manner. That is what I said. They are not depending, the two characters are not depending on each other. They get separated, they get segregated in an independent manner. This means that the law of independent assortment states that the alleles of different gene assort independently of one another during gamete formation. So during gamete formation, different alleles can combine with different. They are not depending on each other. The actual basis for this is that the two genes, they are not linked to each other as they are present on different chromosomes. This is why this is happening, why they can independently segregate with the other, because these genes are not present on the same chromosome. They are present on different chromosomes. And Mendel, he was very lucky because each of the characters, each of the alleles of contrasting pairs, they were present on different chromosomes. So they were not linked. They were not present on the same chromosome. That is why he didn't got any linkage. And if linkage occurred, then we will see that this Mendel law, it deviates. So this linkage and recombination you will study later on. So the actual basis for this is that the genes were not linked to each other as they were present on different chromosomes, and genes can only be linked when they are present on the same chromosome, and such genes are expected to segregate together and do not show the independent assortment. So his law was not failed here because he was lucky that he got all the 7 contrasting characters on different chromosomes. But later on it shows when linkage and recombination it came, people studied that time it deviates. We will study that later.